This week's episode was kindly sponsored by
Vevor. Vevor.
Vevor.
Vevor.
I wish I could stay here beside you in this moment. There's a future ahead of me, but the future can wait. I wish the time could stand. I wish the sun never goes down. There's a future ahead of us, but the future can wait. But the future can wait. One day we will look back and remember times like that. It will taste an even sweeter, but the past remains the past. But the past remains the past. Take a look at us. All we need is you and me. Let's forget about the time. That's the way it's meant to be. That's the way it's meant to be. One day we will look back and remember times like that. It will taste an even sweeter, but the past remains the past. But the past remains the past.
Videos recorded by U.S. Navy personnel have added a new layer of evidence.
This comes as a new report says UFO sightings are up this year in New York. I'd like to begin today by updating you on our efforts to recover the debris of several objects that the United States Air Force shot down.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you running from me?
No. I wasn't running.
We just got this, and I thought it was cool. I wanted you to show me how it works.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can totally do that. All right, well this is clearly like an ad spot, but this thing is very cool. Okay, so a company reached out, a company called Vevor. They've got a website where they sell probably one of everything that I've ever seen made. It's incredible, and they basically emailed me and said, you know, pick anything you want. It's like, anything, you know? So it was kind of difficult looking around. I'm like, there's a lot of cool stuff, and reasonably priced too. But there will be obviously a link in the description. But what I selected is something that I've wanted for a long time. What they sent me very nicely is a really high-end, stuck in the box thermal camera. This thing is wild. So overall, what is a thermal camera? Well, it takes pictures and video of anything you want, and it just shows you the heat. It sounds easy enough, right? In an old house, what I can do with this thing is shoot it at your walls or your ceiling, whatever, and you can see where you're losing heat. Little edit here.
Without some explanation, this might not make sense to some people, but this is a picture in our living room, and this is the stone side of the house, but you can still see the framing inside of the wall there. And I think it's important to understand that this is all relative, that stud is not cold by any means, it's just colder than the wall. But above the stud, you can see it's colder even up there where I put some brick. Just really cool the details that you can see with this camera. In this next picture I took, it's really cool. You can see those two spots. And what those are is the bottom spot is an outlet and the top spot is a light switch. And I've always been told that those are kind of cold spots where cold air can get in. And this is proof right there that it is factual. Right to the right of that picture you can see a very purple blue, that's a window. That goes to show you how cold a window looks.
But there's a lot of other things you can do with this, and I want to show you.
Another really good picture here. This is of the electrical panel, and as you can imagine, these circuits, they get hot if you use them. And I think if you had a problem with one of these breakers, it would be white hot. At least it would look different than the rest of them. It's just another really cool thing that you can do with one of these, is just to make sure that your circuits are all running the way they probably should be. And then finally, this is a picture of the house at night. This is kind of hard to explain here, but the whole house looks a little warmer than the outside. But then at the very tip of the roof there, you can see where I'm probably losing some heat out of my roof there.
What I want to show you is upstairs, and this is something I haven't done yet, so we're going to see this together. This is going to be a bedroom, a bathroom, an office, or maybe 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. We don't really know yet. Over here is the stone side of the house. You can see the stone wall right through here, and you can see the old roof from the stone house. This door right there is, like a hallway that goes to the stone side of the house. Now, obviously that side of the house is heated completely, and for the best of my knowledge, that whole slant is all insulated with spray foam and rock wool and everything else. Now, one thing that you can't see is maybe this. It's telling you temperatures. I have it on Fahrenheit because that's what we do here in the States. Now, right there in the hot part there, the gold part, I'm seeing 55 degrees. And then if you go over here, it shoots down to 40 degrees. So this roof, as you can imagine, is not insulated at all right now. So that's just right to the outside, and you can see the cold spots. You can see the heat coming up from the downstairs. This is wild. Now, what I really like to see here is that old roof that's between, here, I can show you, that old roof that's between the doorway and my ceiling up in here. That is pretty well insulated. You don't see a lot of heat coming through there. Right here I can see that's the doorway, that you can see the framing. So I have that door there because someday, this will obviously be walled over, and I want to be able to get up in there. So that's a little door, and all it has on it is 2 inches of spray foam. And you can see that's letting some heat through, where next to it has a whole bunch of spray foam, and it's not.
So I could talk all day about this thermal camera. I've walked all over the house 4 or 5 times now. And yes, this video is kind of about this thermal camera because that's what I received, but Vevor in general just has literally one of everything for sale. So if you're looking for anything, check out Vevor. There's going to be a link in my description, and you can tell them that I sent you. I believe there's going to be some codes, some discount codes possibly, but check it out. It's really cool. It's been a lot of fun making this video, and I know that I'm going to get a lot of really useful work out of this tool. So thank you, Vevor, for sending this to me, and I think now we can get back to this week's video.
Everybody, this could be interesting. I don't know where this video is going to go. Oh, it's cold. I didn't take that into account. These joists, the main problem with what people are saying is you cannot, under any circumstances mostly, do an overlap. Where I work full-time, right? 40 hours a week. I work with architects, I work with building inspectors, and I work with engineers. And then this makes me seem like a big know-it-all. I know it. I know this is going to backfire on me. But I also work professionally with a lot of other architects and engineers that I can call. And I have called, and I did call about this. My options were limited in how I could do this because it is a 16-foot, 10-inch span. I can't get 17-foot lumber. Probably should have gone with I-joist, or I think they're called rim joist, something like that. They're engineered, and you buy them to any length you want, and you put them in there, and they're amazing. In fact, I looked at them. They're amazing. Guess how much they would have cost? I'll let you think about it for a second. $6,600. I can't spend $6,000 on. I can't. So my options were this. Now I could have done 2x12s. Probably would have been a little better, a little bit more expensive. On the internet, the max span that you should do. I can't say it like that. The max span that they say you should do with 2x10s is 16 foot. And that's not because it's going to fail, but it's because it might deflect. Deflection is just when a joist can just bounce a little bit when you're walking on it. So they say don't use 2x10s longer than 16 foot because it might deflect a little bit. And what's that going to cause? Well, if you tile a floor, your tile could break up. You might have a little bit of bounce in the floor when you walk. Personally, I don't really care if this floor deflects a little bit because it's going to be 3/4 inch plywood. And then I'm going to put 1 inch thick ash on the floor up there. 1 inch thick, 13 inch wide boards of ash lumber that's in my barn. Ash is incredible. I wish I could show you. I have a bookshelf in Ellie's room that I made, ash. And I milled it to 7/8 of an inch. And it is loaded. And it's 6 foot wide and it's loaded with books. And guess what? Not one of those shelves bent at all. That wood is as straight as the day I made that shelf. So it's strong, right? It's strong. Okay, back around. If it deflects a little bit, that's okay. It's okay. So now we got to talk about, I think in depth, the overlap. 4 foot overlap right here. And then on one side, which like I offset, on one side here, you can see from this point here all the way to the wall is 5 foot, okay? And then from here all the way to the wall is 9 foot, something like that. In that overlap, I did a lot of glue. I mean, I think you could see it in the video. We're talking a lot of glue. Construction adhesive is insane, guys. Now, I'm not just trusting the construction adhesive, but let me say this. Construction adhesive is insane. It bonds the wood together stronger than the wood itself. Look it up. If you glue 2 pieces of wood together and you bend them, it's probably going to break the wood before it breaks the bond. And then I used 30 nails, 30 3-inch nails on every single one of those. Now what some people are going to say though, and fine, I'm with you here. You can't trust your floor with just glue and nails. You're 100% correct. And I never was going to. And this is my fault that I don't fully explain videos, but I don't like to do that because I don't want to come off like a know-it-all, because I don't. I don't want anybody building anything the way that I build something. You've got to do your own research and your own looking up, and then take your own risks. Don't do something because some guy on the internet does it. Look at this one. Look how bad this is. 2x6, all veiny, right? Cut out, like, right? This is how most of these looked. Look at this thing, right? That's how most of those looked. And all through there, They looked just like that. And right in the middle of this floor was a 600-pound cast iron bathtub. It didn't fail. This is strong. I stood on the middle of that, right? And Sarah took laser shots from the bottom of that joist to the floor. Do you want to guess how much that joist sagged with me standing right on it? A 1/16 of an inch. And that could be just because of the laser shooting a different piece of dust on the floor. It didn't sag at all. Now I gotta, full circle, first, okay. I lose so many subscribers when I go live and don't edit because people see my personality unedited and they're like, whoa, this guy sucks. But on top of the subfloor, on top of the wood, I'm also gonna block this floor. And then there's more today. And this was always part of the plan. Like I said, I didn't say anything because I don't like to tell people details like this. I went, see those? Those are 1/2 inch, not quite, 7/16 bolts that go through, where's the other one? See this? They go through, you drill a hole, per my architect friend, you put one at the top left, and then you put one diagonally, 8 inches apart. I've got 4 of those on each one of those. And that's just added insurance right there. That's just added insurance that as these floors are getting walked on and played on over the years, that you are mechanically fastened with bolts that can hold an unbelievable amount of weight and pressure and shear strength and all these words that I don't like to say in a video. Oh, we're not sheetrocking this. Someone said something about the sheetrock breaking up. We're not sheetrocking it. We never were going to sheetrock it. It's going to be wood. So that's another thing. Another layer of wood nailed. I know that this is necessary because I've gotten enough concerning comments from people that truly care. Because not everybody knows, right? They don't know the ins and the outs. They don't know what kind of research I do or who I talk to. They just know that some people are commenting that it's unsafe. And they're using the word fail. The whole point of this was just to get across the point that I don't think what I'm doing here is unsafe. Not one of the professionals that I showed pictures to, or they came here and saw it, not one of them said it was dangerous. And I think that's going to make the people that I care about, the people that are still watching this video right now, that's going to make you feel better. Because if you see something where you think it's unsafe and you just care about us, and I know it. So yes, we're safe. We're more than safe. I am going to freeze to death though if I stay over here much longer. So I'm going to go. I hope a large percentage of you understand where this all came from and that I'm not trying to be mean, not trying to be rude, but I think it all needed to be said. We'll see y'all next time. I was gonna end the video wherever I just left off, but then as I'm editing and everything, hold on. I just kind of noticed that it's 16 minutes of me like trying to explain something that I just don't want to explain, and then and like 4 or 5 minutes of actual work, which was just this blocking. So I'm gonna show more. I've got the subfloor here. This is not plywood, which is what we normally use. This is an engineered flooring. It's kind of like Advantech, where it's really good if it gets wet. It's not gonna get wet. I don't know. It's cheaper. This is $15 less per sheet than plywood. It's a pretty nice product though. A lot of people that use it like it, and it should work fine.
By the end, my face was sore from your stubble, but I still wanted more. and all the miles that we spent in the air. Where we're going, I don't care. I'm just so glad that you were there that night in the restaurant, because I got to say, so I'm in love with you. What are we gonna do? So I'm in love with you. What are we gonna do now? Make me feel loved and treasured. You are water in the desert, my fox, my missing puzzle piece. You make me feel loved, protected. Boy, we could talk forever on the couch, sipping bourbon, please. And in the morning we will start up the French press. I'll be thinking to myself, how did I get so lucky? Your heart is sweet like honey. And in the evenings when we settle in bed, it's like you're in my head. How did I get so lucky? So I say it again and again. So I'm in love with you. What are we gonna do? So I'm in love with you.
You can come through.
What are we
Just take my
gonna
hand.
do now? Make me feel loved and treasured. You are water in the desert, my fox, my missing puzzle piece. You make me feel loved, protected. Boy, we could talk forever on the couch, sipping bourbon, please. Making out in the back of that Prius, no bikes in there to interrupt us. In your favorite spot behind my ear where nothing in the world can touch us. Sometimes you take my breath away. I hope I never forget to say, so I'm in love with you.
Am I on camera? Yeah. I don't know how, but I thought that we would get this whole floor done today. Didn't even get half of it. A third done for sure, and we did it good. We nailed with these ring shank nails, and once those nails go in, they do not come out. They have to break. And then we also put in, are they 3.5?
Yeah.
3.5 inch screws. So we're doing like nail, screw, nail, screw, nail, screw. Every 6 inches, there's a nail, screw, nail, screw, nail, screw. So that's nice and flat. I mean, I guess I didn't expect it not to be. So yeah, I guess next weekend we'll probably easily get all of the sheathing up here. I'm done for the day. I'm tired. Wicked tired. So we'll see you all next time. Bye. Well, after they took me in their aluminum spaceship.
I think it's aluminium.
Right. Aluminium spaceship. Well, they didn't perform no experiments or nothing like that. But we're having weird dreams now.
That's when the dream started. I just keep hearing Vevor. Vevor.
Vevor.
Vevor.
Vevor. Over and over. No experiments, though. I want to be clear. None.